Welcome, dear friends, to another enlightening video where we delve into the profound teachings of the Holy Quran. Today we embark on a journey through the verses of Surah Al-Fatiha, the inaugural chapter of the Quran. This surah, also known as the opening, holds a position of immense significance. It is not merely the opening chapter of the Quran, but it is also an integral part of every Muslim's daily prayer, recited in every unit or rak'ah of the Salah. Surah Al-Fatiha, composed of 7 succinct verses, is a beautifully condensed summary of the Quran's universal message. It encapsulates the very spirit of prayer and devotion, offering an intimate conversation between the believer and the divine. It is a testament to the interconnectedness of gratitude, guidance, and supplication, themes that resonate universally across all cultures and faiths. The surah begins with a statement of gratitude, acknowledging the boundless mercy and benevolence of Allah. It then transitions into a heartfelt plea for guidance, demonstrating our constant need for divine direction. And finally, it culminates in a humble supplication, a declaration of our total dependence on the Almighty for all our needs. The beauty of Surah Al-Fatiha lies not only in its profound meaning, but also in its simplicity. It is a surah that is easy to memorize, yet its lessons are deep and far-reaching, making it a perfect starting point for anyone seeking to understand the essence of the Quran. As we delve deeper into the surah in the upcoming scenes, we will explore each verse in detail, uncovering the layers of wisdom embedded in each word. We will attempt to grasp the timeless spiritual teachings and life principles that this surah imparts, and hopefully come to appreciate its relevance in our daily lives. So let's embark on this journey of exploration and discovery. Let's delve into the heart of the Quran, and let's unlock the treasures hidden in the verses of this beautiful surah. So, let's explore the beautiful Surah Al-Fatiha together, verse by verse. The surah begins with the Bismillah, invoking the name of Allah, the most merciful and compassionate. This is a profound way of starting, acknowledging our dependence on the divine, recognizing that all things begin and end with Him. We implore His name not just as an invocation, but as a constant reminder of His infinite mercy and compassion. Now let's delve into the meanings of entirely merciful and especially merciful. Entirely merciful, or Ar-Rahman, refers to Allah's encompassing mercy for all creatures in this world. It's a mercy that is vast, boundless, and universal. Especially merciful, or Ar-Rahim, on the other hand, is a special mercy reserved for the believers in the hereafter. It's a mercy that is exclusive, intense, and everlasting. Thus, these two aspects of Allah's mercy remind us of His boundless benevolence, love, and compassion. This verse sets the tone of reverence, love, and faith in Allah's mercy that pervades the entire surah. The next 3 verses are a beautiful hymn of praise and recognition of Allah's sovereignty. They begin with, "Praise be to Allah, the Lord of all the worlds." Here, praise is not just an expression of gratitude, but also an acknowledgement of Allah's endless blessings. It's a reminder to us that every single atom in the universe, every creature, every star in the distant cosmos, all exist by the grace of Allah. He is the Lord of all the worlds, not just our world, but every world, seen and unseen, known and unknown. The verses continue, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. This repetition of mercy is not mere redundancy. It's a powerful emphasis on the infinite mercy of Allah. The first term, the entirely merciful, refers to the mercy that Allah extends to all of His creations, while the especially merciful refers to the special mercy that He bestows upon the believers. These words serve as comforting reassurance, reminding us that Allah's mercy encompasses all things, all beings, all situations. The verse concludes with Sovereign of the Day of Recompense. This is a profound statement that underscores Allah's ultimate authority and power. The Day of Recompense is that inevitable day when every soul will be held accountable for its actions, when justice will be served with absolute fairness. Allah is the sovereign of this day, the judge who will dispense the ultimate justice. No one else has any authority on that day, and no one can escape His judgment. These verses instill in us a sense of humility and reverence for Allah's supreme authority. They remind us of our place in the grand scheme of the cosmos, of our reliance on His mercy, and of the impending day when we will stand before Him, accountable for our deeds. They encourage us to live our lives with a deep consciousness of Allah's omnipotence and mercy, shaping our actions and attitudes in the light of this awareness. The 5th verse is a declaration of monotheism and total reliance on Allah. This verse, "You alone we worship, and You alone we ask for help," is at the core of Surah Al-Fatiha, and indeed the heart of Islam itself. It is a profound statement of Tawheed, the oneness of God, a central pillar of Islamic belief. It's not just about recognizing Allah as the only God. It goes beyond that, affirming that only Allah, in His infinite wisdom and mercy, is worthy of our worship. This worship is not confined to prayers alone. It extends to every aspect of our lives, from our actions, our words, to our thoughts. All should be in line with his teachings. But equally important is the second part of the verse. And you alone we ask for help. This is a deep expression of our total dependence on Allah. In every situation, whether we're facing trials or enjoying blessings, we turn to Him and Him alone for help. This is because we recognize that everything in this world, every single blessing, and every challenge comes from Him. By acknowledging this, we are not only expressing our faith, but are also reinforcing our relationship with Allah. In essence, this verse is a beautiful expression of our commitment to Allah. It emphasizes the importance of sincerity in our worship and total dependence on Him. This verse reminds us to direct all our worship and supplications to Allah alone. The final verses are a heartfelt prayer for guidance and righteousness. This plea for direction, this longing for enlightenment, is the embodiment of a believer's quest for a meaningful and righteous life. As we delve into these words, guide us on the straight path, we encounter a plea, a supplication to Allah. It's an acknowledgement of our limitations, a confession of our need for divine guidance. It's a humble admission that we, as humans, are prone to veer off the course, to lose our way amongst the distractions and illusions of this world. And so we beseech Allah, the all-knowing, the all-seeing, to guide us towards the straight path, the path of righteousness and truth. This path that we aspire to tread is not a path defined by mere words or superficial actions. It's the path of those who have received your grace. It is the path tread by prophets, by saints, by all those who have been graced by Allah's blessings. It's a path paved with virtues, with compassion, with patience, with humility. It's a path where every step is an act of love, every breath a prayer of gratitude. Yet, in our plea, we also express our desire to steer clear of two other paths. It's a plea to avoid the path of those who have brought down wrath upon themselves. This is a path of those who knowingly defy divine commands, who indulge in acts of injustice, oppression, and corruption. It's a path that invites divine wrath, a path that leads to spiritual devastation. Similarly, we seek to avoid the path of those who have gone astray. These are the ones who, in their ignorance or confusion, have deviated from the path of truth. They may not be defiant, but their actions, born out of misunderstanding or misinterpretation, lead them away from the straight path. In these verses, we find a profound request. It's a request for guidance, for wisdom, for strength to differentiate right from wrong. It's a prayer that acknowledges our constant need for Allah's direction in our lives, our need to remain connected with our divine source, our need to stay on the path that leads to peace, fulfillment, and eternal bliss. These verses are a profound request for guidance, showing our constant need for Allah's direction in our lives. They serve as a reminder that our journey through life is a spiritual quest, a quest that can only be fulfilled through Allah's guidance, through His grace, and through our earnest efforts to follow the straight path. As we reach the conclusion of our journey through Surah Al-Fatiha, we find a treasure of wisdom and guidance. This remarkable surah, the opening chapter of the Quran, beautifully encapsulates the essence of gratitude, acknowledging the boundless mercy and benevolence of Allah, the sovereign of all worlds. It reinforces the concept of monotheism, affirming our worship and reliance solely on Allah. It reminds us of our constant need for divine assistance, underscoring the heartfelt plea, "You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help." The surah culminates with a profound request for guidance, a plea to tread the path of those blessed with Allah's grace, away from those who have incurred His wrath or gone astray. It's a potent reminder to constantly seek the straight path, the path of righteousness and divine favor. Remember to recite Surah Al-Fatiha with understanding and reflection. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more insightful videos. Until next time, peace be upon you.